Hey guys, I'm Tara Meyer-Robson, and of course, and I wanted to jump in today and make sure that I was able to answer some questions from some of the members in my body language, deciphering your body's clues so you can heal course. So I thought that I'd start to do it this way where people can ask questions even by email and I'll be able to answer them quickly through this. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hopefully everybody is feeling healthy. I know it's been quite a lot, needless to say, going on. Okay, I have to find my notes here for this particular question. So today I was wanting to answer a question about stabbing low back pain. Hang on one second. And I'm going to put this down. Sorry, I'm getting a little notifications here on my thing. So this is the first time I'm trying a new broadcasting or streaming service. So I apologize. It may be a little bit glitchy. I'm not sure. This is sort of my first test of doing this. So the question that I got is, hi, Tara, I'm having a strange pain in my low back. When I turn to the right, I get a stabbing pain that's just above my hip. It's very intense. Then when I turn to my left, I'm fine. I've been to a doctor and they did some imaging and nothing is showing up. I've also been to a chiropractor and she has been adjusting that area. It helps a little and then it comes back. So that's the main part of the question. And then she says, it's been going on for about 6 weeks now. Can you help me with what's going on? Thank you so much. And I'm going to leave her name off of this just so she's able to be anonymous. So first off, what we're looking at, when we're looking at pain in the low back, you're always looking at something going on with one-on-one relationships in your life. So right off the bat, I'm gonna start suspecting immediately that there's an issue with some one-on-one relationship in her life. It can also sometimes show up as a lack of support in financial areas, but really my experience of doing this obviously for a really long time now, it's almost always that sort of like lack of support in a one-on-one relationship or sort of like a breakdown in that support. And when we think about our spine, what is it? It's a support, literally a support structure. I always imagine it sort of like, you see they're building houses or building like, big, tall buildings. They're always, they have to put in that rebar at the bottom. And I think of the spine a lot like that. Usually when I'm working with somebody with spine issues like this, I'm getting that image of like a rebar and an image of it sort of being like bent or pulled apart, that sort of a thing. So right off the bat, we know, there's got to be a one-on-one relationship going on here. It's having some problems. Now she's getting the pain on her right side. And whenever I'm dealing with somebody on the right side, I'm looking at, a male in their life. So to put those two things together, the first thing I'm going to be thinking is, we've got somebody, a male in her life, one-on-one relationship. There's probably some sort of a lack of support, but the kind of pain that she's indicating is telling me even more. So when she said that she's having a stabbing pain, if you think about a stabbing pain, what is that? What is that immediate stabbing? If we think about somebody being stabbed, what's the immediate thing you think of, right? That person's being attacked. It's literally like, for any of you who have seen the old movie Psycho, it's like that shower scene, the like kind of thing. So a stabbing pain is telling me a whole lot on that one. So now to put that kind of together, what we're looking at as we translate this one is, she's feeling attacked by a male in her life that she's in a one-on-one relationship with. Now, the one-on-one relationship can be somebody like a boyfriend, a partner, a spouse. It also can be anyone else in her life that she has a one-on-one relationship with. So it can be a dad, a brother, an uncle. It can be an individual coworker, and it can also be a boss or like someone like that. I see a lot of people who end up with low back pain due to a really difficult boss-employee situation, which is an individual relationship as well, obviously. Then she says, and she says when she's turning to the right, when she's turning to the right, she gets the stabbing pain and it's just above her hip. So whenever I'm looking at the hip is usually about, if you think about what the hip does for us, it allows us to have not only mobility, be able to sit down and stand up, but it also helps us with being able to move forward. There's that forward motion. If our hips were locked, we can't move forward very well, right? And so she's getting that pain sort of above the hips. Now I'm wondering, is it something about either standing up for herself or being able to move forward in a positive way, or be able to move forward in general? Maybe there's something with this particular individual, this guy in her life, that is causing her to feel held back. Now, interestingly, she said the pain's really bad when she's turning to the right. So my thought process is, when you think about that motion, if she must be feeling like she's having to either turn towards this guy's perspective. It may be, and my gut is telling me that it's a lot of her feeling attacked, and she's almost turning towards him almost in like a fight position of like trying to defend herself. And I think that may be why she's getting the stabbing pain when she's turning that way. My gut is telling me, if I'm looking at that overall picture, the instinct I'm getting immediately on this is that it's something about she's feeling like she's got to turn and defend herself. And then that's when that stabbing pain comes on, because she said she's fine when she turns to the left. So there's obviously nothing going on over there, right? This is fine over here, apparently. At least in that part of her body, everything's cool over on that side. So I think that's what's going on. She said she's gone for the doctor and some imaging. And again, I always say this, but please, please, please go and get a proper medical diagnosis with anything you're doing. Your body is speaking to you. I can translate what's going on with you if you've got things going on again, but always get a proper medical diagnosis. And in situations like this, I would love to see, you want to have an MRI or an X-ray or whatever, that kind of thing. She's going to the chiropractor. It's helping a little, but it's coming back. So that tells me that this is an ongoing issue. She's not, whatever the issue is with this guy, she's still in his presence. She's still dealing with it. He's still very present. My gut's telling me it's probably somebody pretty close to her, actually, like a spouse, partner, boyfriend. And then she says it's been going on for about 6 weeks now. So the timing of that tells me, whenever I look at something like that, that's a pretty tight timing, like 6 weeks, then I'm looking at whatever this is ramped up. So my guess is there was something about 8 weeks ago. It's usually about a 2-week time period that I'm looking at with something like this. It's a pretty tight time frame. Now, if I'm looking at something that's like this came on and it was debilitating, then I'm looking at a pretty immediate trauma. Something really awful has just happened right then in that person's life, and it sort of like exploded. But the fact this has been going on for about 6 weeks, I would look at about 2 weeks prior. What something must have happened. There must have been a conflict, feeling attacked by this person, that kind of thing. So that's the translation of this particular person's stabbing pain or stabbing low back pain and that inability to turn. I'd say she's feeling attacked sort of from the side by this male in her life, and she's feeling like she needs to defend herself. When she tries to defend herself, it probably gets worse or something along those lines. She's feeling like she cannot defend herself, or he's hitting her. She's unable to move forward because it's like showing up in between, like on that right above the hip kind of area. So that's telling me there's something about her either feeling like she has to stand up for herself, or she has having a difficult time moving forward because of this. So that's my translation for this particular one. And I hope this was helpful to you. Hopefully I'll be able to post an update to this when this individual from my body language course gets to see this and is able to hopefully give me some feedback on how accurate this translation is. In the meantime, if you are not in the body language course yet, you can click the link in the description and you can be able to jump into the body language course. In there, you get personalized help from me on translating anything that's going on, translating the message from your body and pain and disease, and being able to actually develop your own customized sort of bespoke action plan for healing that works specifically in the way that your body basically needs you to, the ways that you learn in the strongest ways, the ways that you transform in the strongest ways. And basically from there, we shift everything in your mind, body, and life. Until next time, thank you so much for being here. Oh, and I did want to mention, starting next Thursday, I will be hosting a new podcast and live cast where you can connect with me and be able to ask questions. I'll do on-the-spot translations for people right there live on the podcast. So stay tuned for more information about that, but it'll be starting next Thursday, the 20th at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So that's like 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I hope this has been super helpful. And until then, have a wonderful day, stay in good health, and I'll see you next time.